Hi everyone, Dr. Emmy from Pain Free and Fit. Today, a great video for those of you with lumbar facet syndrome or lumbar facet joint pain. We're going to be discussing how to use your multifidus muscle correctly, which is a small muscle in the lower back that attaches to your facet joint capsule and helps pull the joint capsule out of the way of the facet joint. Many times facet joint pain in the lower back is due to that capsule being pinched between the facet bones. And learning how to use your multifidus to correctly contract and pull that capsule out of the way is essential for learning how to extend or arch the back without facet pain. Hope you enjoy. Begin by ascertaining whether or not the multifidus is inhibited or atrophied. Feel each bone in your lower back with your thumbs. The bottom right and the bottom left corners of each bone should be felt to see if there's a symmetrical amount of muscle bulging on each side. If one side feels as a sulcus or hollow, it indicates atrophy in that multifidus muscle. To engage an atrophied or inhibited multifidus, practice pulling your lower tummy in and directing the force into the finger that's monitoring the bottom corner of the vertebra where the multifidus is hollowed or not bulging as easily when you pull your lower abdomen in. Another technique that can be used is exhaling all of your air and then exhaling the reserve that's left over to feel that same multifidus bulge in your finger. Once you've located the multifidus that's inhibited or atrophied and learned to engage it, the next step is practicing extension or a slight bending backwards of the spine as you hold the multifidus to pull the facet capsule out of the way of the facet joint as it bends. Engage the multifidus with either lower abdomen pulling in or with the exhale of the reserve and hold that tension in your multifidus as you raise your tailbone slightly up and pubic bone down. Only go as far as is comfortable. Pause for a moment and maintaining the multifidus contraction, then release the anterior pelvic tilt. Again, with the multifidus engaged, practice raising the tailbone, lowering the pubic bone, going as far as you can without pain, and performing for repetitions daily. The final step is using the multifidus engaged as the upper body leans backwards. Again, using a comfortable range of motion as you maintain the multifidus contraction into your fingers, and repeating for repetitions, going as far back with the upper body as is comfortable. Again, this can be practiced multiple times a day for 3 to 5 repetitions at a time until you get the coordination of it, and eventually performed for increasing repetitions 3 times a week, building from 10 to 100 repetitions, adding 2 to 3 reps each workout, performed 3 times a week with a day off in between workouts. So plug this exercise into your own home self-rehab routine with your doctor's permission and let me know how you make out. Remember, initially, just get the coordination down of feeling the multifidus muscle contract or bulge out from that spinal bone into your thumb, and then maintain that as you explore greater ranges of motion in terms of both leaning back with the upper body and raising the tailbone to increase the arch from the lower back. Questions or comments, write in. As always, I'll do my best to answer. Give me a thumbs up to help share this valuable information with others. And remember, if you're looking for a great way to build your own self-rehab program for facet syndrome, check out our Fast Track program for facet syndrome available at painfreeandfit.com. It'll walk you through analyzing all your posture and movement tendencies and faults that may be leading to your back pain, as well as identifying core muscle imbalances that can be contributing to your facet syndrome, and show you how to develop a customized routine to help build your body up to be able to control the stability of your lower back and avoid facet syndrome low back pain.